John Desprez. O ye whose hearts are resonant and ring to war's romance, hear ye the story of a boy, a peasant boy in France, a lad uncouth and wrought with toil, yet who, when trial came, could feel within his soul upleap and soar the sacred flame, could stand upright and scorn and smite as only heroes may. Oh, hearken, let me try to tell you the tale of Jean Desprez. With fire and sword the Teuton horde was ravishing the land, and there was darkness and despair and grim death on every hand. Red fields of slaughter sloping down to ruin black abyss. The wolves of war ran evil fanged, and little did they miss, and on they came with fear and flame to burn and loot and slay, until they reached the red roof croft, the home of Jean Desprez. Rout out the village, one and all, the Ulan captain said. Behold, some hand has fired a shot, my trumpeter is dead. Now shall the Prussian vengeance know, now shall they rue the day. For by this sacred German slain, 10 of those dogs shall pay. They drove the cowering peasant forth, women and babes and men, and from the last with many a jeer, the captain chose he 10 simple peasants, bowed with toil, they stood, they knew not why, against the gray wall of the church, hearing their children cry, hearing their wives and mothers wail, with faces dazed they stood, a moment only, ready, fire, they weltered in their blood. But there was one who gazed unseen, who heard the frenzied cries, who saw these men in Sebat fall before their children's eyes. A Sauve, I guess, I don't know, wounded in a ditch, and knowing death was nigh, he laughed with joy, ah, here is where I settle ere I die. He clutched his rifle once again, and long he aimed, and well, a shot beside his victim, 10 the Ulan captain fell. They dragged the wounded Zoav out, their rage was like a flame. With bayonets they pinned him down until their major came. A blond, full-blooded man he was, and arrogant of eye. He stared to see with shattered skull his favorite captain lie. Nay, do not finish him so quick. This foreign swine, he cried. Go and nail him to the big church door. He shall be crucified. With bayonets through hands and feet, they nailed the Zoav there. And there was anguish in his eyes and terror in his stare. Water, a single drop, he moaned. But how they jeered at him and mocked him with an empty cup, and saw his sight grow dim. And in agony of death, with blood his lips were wet. The Prussian major gaily laughed and lit a cigarette. But mid the white-faced villagers who cowered in terror and horror by, was one who saw the woeful sight, who heard the woeful cry, water, one little drop I beg, for love of Christ who died. It was the little Jean Desprez who turned and stole aside. It was the little barefoot boy who came with cup abrim and walked up to the dying man and gave the drink to him. A roar of rage, they seize the boy, they tear him fast away. The Prussian major swings around, no longer is he gay. His teeth are wolfishly gleam, his face all dark with spit. Go shoot the brat, he snarled, and dared to fly our Prussian might. Yet stay, I have another thought. I'll kindly be and spare. Quick, give the lad a rifle charge and set him squarely here, and bid him shoot and shoot to kill. Haste, make him understand. The dying dog he fain would save shall perish by his hand, and with his kindred they shall see, and all shall curse his name, who brought his life at such, who bought his life at such a cost, the price of death and shame. They brought the boy wide-eyed with fear. They made him understand and stood him by the dying man, a rifle in his hand. Make haste, said they. The time is short, and you must kill or die. The major puffed the cigarette, amused in his eye, and then the dying Zoev heard and raised his weary head. Shoot, son, 'twill be the best for both. Shoot swift and straight, he said. Fire first and last, and do not flinch, for lost to hope am I, and I will murmur, Vive la France, and bless you ere I die. Half blind with blows, the boy stood there. He seemed to swoon and sway. Then in that moment woke the soul of little Jean Desprez. He saw the woods go sheening down, and the larks were singing clear. And oh, the scent, the sound of spring, how sweet they were, how dear. He felt the scent of well-mowed hay, and soft breeze fanned his brow. O God, the paths of peace and toil, how precious were they now. The summer days and summer ways, how bright with hope and bliss. The autumn such a dream of gold, and all must end in this. This shining rifle in his hand that shambles all around, the Zoev here with dying glare, the blood upon the ground, the brutal face round him ringed, the evil eye aflame, the Prussian bully standing by as if he watched a game. Make haste and shoot, the major sneered. A minute more I give, a minute more to kill your friend if you yourself would live. They only saw a barefoot boy with blanched and twitching face. They did not see within his eyes the glory of his race, the glory of 1,000,000 men who for fair France have died, the splendor of self-sacrifice that will not be denied. Yet he was but a peasant lad, and oh, but life was sweet. Your minute's nearly gone, my lad, he heard a voice repeat. Shoot, shoot, the dying Zoev moaned. Shoot, shoot, the soldiers said. Then Jean Desprez reached out and shot the Prussian major dead.
I love that ending.
I do too.
Isn't that great?
Marvelous.
Yeah, that's a great poem.
Catherine, you have made this